Hello, it's me, Jess. Welcome to my channel. I'm here today with another channeled message. This is a specific message. It might resonate with your situation, it might not. Okay, so with this message, I am zeroing in on a masculine energy, and I'm hearing the words shame, sad, regretful, shameful. I feel like this is a masculine energy who is in quite a bit of emotional turmoil, and that emotional turmoil it's rooted in shame. And this shame is connected here to something this masculine did. It could also be like what he didn't do, but I strongly feel for a lot of you, it's connected to something he did, his actions. And that's a very important word here. I'm going to keep saying it. Actions, actions. That's the crux of the issue here with this masculine's karma. And he doesn't understand that. He's kind of miffed or like confused here. He doesn't understand that's kind of the crux of the issue here. Now, I don't know if this is your energy or if this is somebody here that you are dealing with. If this is somebody you're dealing with, I think it's actually important for spirit to let you know that there is actually quite a bit of emotional turmoil and shame going on here within this masculine, because I think he might be giving you a different impression, because I think he's in this like very self-protective mode and he has like recoiled maybe in on himself. So you might be observing his behavior, his actions, what he's actually amounting to in your life in actual meat space. And you might be getting the impression that he's like cold or calloused, or maybe even that he's immoral. Like he's not a person that, concerns himself with the hearts that he breaks or the messes that he causes, something here like that. But I'm getting the impression of you observing this masculine's behavior, their actions. And I think some of you may have recently made a decision to end this, to walk away from this masculine. For some of you, you're breaking off. I just heard breaking off an engagement or breaking off a relationship here with this masculine, because what you've observed has it's giving you the impression that you're never going to get your justice. However that comes through for you, you're never going to get your justice in a way that is fulfilling to you and mature and direct and grown here. I think some of you think this masculine is, again, immature or childish. And I can see why you would think that, because I'm picking up on like the energy of his thought patterns here. And there is a lot of like, well, I didn't mean to, or, I didn't mean to break your heart, or it wasn't my intention. That's another big word here. Yes, intention. And okay, so it's intentions and actions. And they're showing me here like the Libra scales. And on one side, it's this intention energy, the concept of intentionality and all of that. On the other side, it's actions, the understanding one's actions, the concept of one's actions. And they're showing me the scales kind of balancing back and forth, right? Intentions, actions, intentions, actions. And so this is the crux of the karmic lesson here for this masculine. And again, this is a masculine. This is a soul that has decided to incarnate this lifetime in a man's body, or somehow to weight their life's journey towards the masculine side of things. That has significance here, because the masculine path is all about actions. It's all about right and proper actions. So you'll notice that can be emphasized. The action energy can be weighted. The karmas that unfold on a masculine path can be strongly tied to actions here. That's what's throwing him. He doesn't understand that. And in a way, he doesn't understand the importance of actions. So when whatever went on here, and I do feel this is like tower moment energy, this feels catastrophic. There was something is broken here. It just feels broken. It feels sort of shattered. And I can see the divinity in this, okay? Because he's meant to get this kind of image of himself in being split, this split between intentions and actions. He's meant to have to face this, to have to look at himself in the ear, the ear? Okay, maybe there's like a listening. He's not listening. Look at himself in the ear. And to confront that there is this disconnect between intentions and actions. What does that equate to? Well, that equates to a strong impotence. That's another masculine word. He's essentially rendered himself impotent in his own life, where he can't bring about his intentions. His intentions, it should bother him. This should actually bother him if he's being self-reflective, if he's engaging with his own humanity, that his intentions, he can't figure out how to get his intentions to come across through his actions. That is the crux of that masculine lesson, okay? And that's what this is trying to teach him. It's not trying to hurt him, but I do think he's kind of taking this victim mentality stance. I actually don't think he's the one that was hurt here. I don't think but he's acting like he is, because he feels this is unfair and unjust, because, well, he just didn't mean to. It is giving 7-year-old red in the face throwing a tantrum here. Again, I understand like that kind of childish energy that is coming through. So when all of this popped off, he just, instead of focusing on his actions and the wrongness of his actions, he was, and maybe that his actions were not in alignment with his intentions. He was just focused on his intentions. So he feels like, well, he shouldn't have to be dealing with this situation. This is also kind of a thing of like, you don't get to run away from this. Like this is what's happening, okay? So you can choose in life to deal with what's happening, or you can choose to not deal with it. But if you choose to not deal with it, it puts you in that state of delusion. And we talk about this all the time, that state of delusion, that putting a buffer, those are strongly tied to ego defense mechanisms here. And I do think there are some of those going on, but it's this over and focus on, I'm not a bad person. Okay, well, you're not making that clear here to this other person. And you need to consider what actions need to be taken here so that is made clear here to this other person. So he's meant, okay, and here's the hard lesson. Here's what it is in like its most raw form. He needs to have the realization that his intentions meant dick all in this situation. It really didn't mean anything, because he could have been well-intentioned, which he could have been neutral intentioned. He could have been negatively intentioned. I think for some of you, this masculine's actions were in alignment with the worst intentions. So why, if you have good intentions or even neutral intentions, are your actions in alignment? We could swap you out here with an actual demon, somebody who is malintended, somebody who has no feelings and no emotions. Why would the same events have unfolded? So we need to confront that here. That should bother you, right? His intentions are not what mattered in this situation. His intentions that he's so focused on, that's not what made the difference in this situation, was it? It was his actions. And then for some of you, put forth, again, this is a karmic lesson. So there's some kind of like unfolding sequence of events here because he needs to now rectify the situation. This connects to me with the Buddhist idea of rightful action. And, I will say, so he needs to learn how to right his action. Even, it's not that he's expected to be perfect. Because I think, again, he feels punished. He feels like, well, I'm not perfect, so life just stomped me out and I'm a victim. And it's like, no. Like, you're just being asked to demonstrate grown, mature, taking accountability, owning up to this. Now, you are being asked to live in that healthy masculine energy of right and proper action. And when you fall short of that, you need to take corrective action to, again, purify this space. And I want to tie this back to Mars, because Mars is the planet that rules over the masculine path, males in general, all that masculine energy. There's other masculine energies, but Mars rules over all of that side of things. Mars is a malefic. And so it's not, I don't want to be too reductive here, right? But it's a difficult energy to kind of handle. Mars rules over competition. It rules over selfishness. It rules over the body. It rules over sex. It rules over action. But the thing about Mars is you can unlock a sort of superpower with Mars. It has a real purification kind of quality. The same way, again, it rules over like body, the same way that like an activity, athleticism, right? Like exercise really has this like strong purifying effect on the body. It keeps the body like healthy and the system's primed and pumped, working up a sweat and all of that stuff. It has that same kind of purifying effect in one's karma and in one's life if you can engage with that pure action and you don't make excuses for yourself and you don't expect other people to. If you hold yourself to a standard and you kind of expect yourself to meet a certain standard, right? There's this kind of purifying energy, and there may be karma between the two of you that existed even before this event happened. Like this event could have been brought about on some kind of divine cosmic level in order for this purification process to happen. But for that to happen, you've got a masculine here who needs to be doing this karmic weighing of intentions and actions. And actually what made the most difference here is his actions. He needs to focus on the wrongness of his actions. And he can say, this is the nuance here as well. It's like, I didn't mean to hurt you, but I understand my actions hurt you. My actions were wrong. And I understand that if somebody was malintended, they would have behaved in the same way that I did. And I need to own that. I need to hold that, right? And I need to consider my actions and how I could have done this better. That's the healing energy here. And he can't just say that. This is what this masculine needs to integrate in himself, in his own soul path, his own soul journey. And not doing that may have actually led him on some kind of karmic path that's like very toxic connections, roller coasters, ups and downs. Yeah, so that is what I have. If that resonated, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Bye.